And we are live. What's going on, everybody? It is S.E.T Media back in the house, man, for another night of content, man. Y'all seem to like that intro, man. We gonna do it up on Thursday night, man. Hope everybody had a great day. We're gonna start this content off the right way. We got drone sightings over New Jersey. Is it China? Is it Russia? Is somebody playing a prank? We're gonna find out. We're gonna get into it. FBI says they don't know. National security addressed it. We're going to get right into the show, guys. Make sure to like the video. Double tap that screen for your boy, or you hit the three buttons in the upper right-hand corner, man. Let's start this stream off the right way. Let's do it.
Here on the East Coast, particularly in now, finally, I just want to add a few comments on the reports of drone activity here on the East Coast, particularly in and around New Jersey. We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat or have a foreign nexus. The Department of Homeland Security and the FBI are investigating these sightings, and they're working closely with state and local law enforcement to provide resources using numerous detection methods to better understand their origin. Using very sophisticated electronic detection technologies provided by federal authorities, we have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings. To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings
guys, just for context, let's pull up some of these videos that I have here on X. People taking TikToks, Snapchats, just some clips of the actual drone sightings, just to kind of give us some added context, give us an idea what we're looking at here. Because, I mean, you got people saying it's aliens. You got people saying these is Chinese, more of the Chinese tricks, you know, a Chinese drone, a Russian drone, spy drone. Let's see what this really is, guys. Hold on, not this clip. It was this clip.
And there is another orb up there. You see it? Right there. So there's usually another drone or spacecraft or whatever the heck that is that's next to it. I don't know. It's like they're feeding off of each other. Okay, I got the sprinklers. Here we are. The sprinklers are here. Okay, you see it? You see how it goes? See how it goes? And then it becomes a spacecraft or aircraft or whatever you want to call it, UAP. It transforms into a craft right in front of my eyes. Can't make this up. And there it goes. It's off. It's off. I just got drenched for being a little drone hunter, and the sprinklers are on here at the golf course. Okay. I just want to document this because I've contacted the police. I've contacted the news. They're not really taking this serious. These are not. And there is.
All right. So just to give us a little bit more context, I guess this is what it looks like during the day. But you got residents of the city that is hovering over, taking videos and pictures with their phones, posting it to social media. So the whole thing is pretty much went viral. I'm sure you guys have either seen clips or heard about the story by now, but just for those who haven't, man, giving y'all some context, this is what apparently these drones, they say there's no foreign affiliation. That's what the national security says, councilman of the national security. But who knows, guys? Who knows? Y'all know I love a good conspiracy theory. Oh yeah, shout out. We got actually one of our big supporters, one of the mods, Big Wave Dave. He actually stays I believe somewhere near this area, this reported area that all these drone sightings have been going on. Hey yo, Big Wave Dave, chime in on this one, bro. How have you seen him? You said maybe your neighbors have seen him on their ring doorbell camera.
Oh my God, here we go. Here it is. Are you freaking kidding me right now? What is that?
And aircraft that are being operated lawfully. The United States Coast Guard is providing support to the state of New Jersey and has confirmed that there is no evidence of any foreign-based involvement from coastal vessels. And importantly, there are no reported or confirmed drone sightings in any restricted airspace. Now, that said, we certainly take seriously the threat that can be posed by unmanned aircraft systems, which is why law enforcement and other agencies continue to support New Jersey and investigate the reports, even though they have uncovered no malicious activity or intent at this particular stage. While there is no known malicious activity occurring, the reported sightings there do, however, highlight a gap in authorities. And so we urge Congress to pass important legislation that will extend and expand existing counter-drone authorities so that we are better prepared to identify and mitigate any potential threats to airports or other critical infrastructure, and so that state and local authorities are provided all the tools that they need to respond to such threats as well.
John, on the drones, does the U.S. government have any of its own imagery or video of these systems?
I'm not aware that we have U.S. government produced imagery ourselves, but as I said in my opening statement, we have certainly done thorough analysis of the existing imagery.
Like from people's cell phones that we're seeing? Basically, with what you're looking at, how can you credibly tell people that there is no public safety threat, there's no national security threat, that there's no reason to believe that a foreign government is involved?
Because the analysis thus far in an investigation that is ongoing has not revealed any national security or malicious intent or criminal activity. But Jackie, I would remind you, we're at the beginning here, not the end. There's a lot more work to be done, and we're working closely with state and local authorities to gain more information. I would argue that we're moving pretty well here with a sense of energy to try to figure out what we can do to learn more about this. We're still in the middle of an ongoing investigation, and I'm up here explaining to you and let you know what we know so far, what we believe so far. If information comes to light that changes that characterization, then my goodness, we'll be the first ones to let you know. But right now, there's just no indication that this is some sort of foreign malign activity or, in fact, even criminal.
Well, what I don't understand is, this has been happening since late November. I don't know that the law enforcement officials or residents in New York and New Jersey, or even the Democratic senators who wrote to Director Ray Mayorkas and the FAA administrator today would think that this has been handled with a sense of urgency. But that being said, has the president or the Secretary of Defense issued any guidance to NORTHCOM or military installations to act on these systems if they're deemed to be a threat in any way? And what's the benchmark for that determination?
to not only law enforcement, but perhaps even the military if that was needed. I want to go back to something I said at the top. There has been no evidence of any of this activity in or near restricted spaces.
That's not what the senator said in the
All right, guys. One's in the chat if everything sounds and looks good. Trying to get the mic back up and going. Shout out James Foley, $2. That 30-second clip of Mitch McConnell 1 hour ago. Okay. Would you post it in the Discord, I'm assuming? I'll check it out.
the letter. They said, in fact, that they've been observed maneuvering their critical infrastructure, sensitive locations, including reservoirs and military installations, and cited a concern from law enforcement about public safety threats because a medevac helicopter was prevented from transporting a seriously injured patient for care because of the presence of these drones.
I stand by my opening statement.
Can you make that make more sense? Because I think people in New York and New Jersey see drones the size of an SUV over their house every night and think that that doesn't make any sense.
Certainly, I understand why people would be looking at this and being concerned about it. We're concerned about it too, which is why we have the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI. My goodness, looking at this, and we're taking it seriously. And we understand that people are concerned. We understand that they got questions. We got questions too, and we're working hard to get the answers to that. What I can tell you as we sit here.
Oh, it's all good, James. Matter of fact, I got that clip right here. I did actually see this on X earlier. This was, sorry guys, but this was funny for all the wrong reasons. It's sad, but man, the funny part is that they're gonna tell us he's still fit to serve. Him, Mitch McConnell, and Joe Biden need to be on the same retirement tour right now. They need to be booking the same trip to Cancun. They need to be setting up arrangements at the same retirement home. They need to be on the same ship out of here, bro. Ain't no way Joe Biden is stepping down from his position and Mitch McConnell is still holding on to his.
And now to some breaking news, a developing story out of Washington. Mitch McConnell has been cleared to return to work after falling after the Senate Republican lunch in Washington. Now, his office says he sprained his wrist and had a minor cut on his face. ABC reports 2 medical responders were seen leaving his office. McConnell was treated for a concussion and a fractured rib after falling at a hotel in Washington. You may remember back in 2023. He also had surgery.
Oh, hold on. Wrong one. Let me actually pull up the, yep. I got you, James. Let me pull up the one you showed. I thought I had the right one there. Shout out the members, man. Shout out the supporters. Make sure to check out that membership program if you guys want access to the Discord, man. We go crazy in there. I was on the horn with some fellas last night. We had Don's guest dude. James was on the call. Good conversation going. If you guys ever want to check out the membership program, I will post a link right now in the chat for you guys. Exclusive content for members. Priority on our call-in shows that we host on the weekends. Great stuff, great content for the members. Let's see here. All right, hold on now. Hey, it was fire. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I ate that shit and I passed out. Good stuff, my boy. Good stuff. Let's see. Let's see here, guys. Like the video if you haven't already, man. We got over 200 on X right now. Shout out to support on X. We got almost 100 on YouTube. So guys, double tap that screen for me if you are on YouTube. Shout out James Foley.
Is your head okay after that fall? Senator?
No, no way. He just froze. He just froze. This actually reminds me of an older clip. Now we're getting a little bit off topic here, but this actually reminds me of an older clip of Mitch McConnell where he did the exact same thing. He just froze mid-speech and his handlers had to come out, grab him from the podium and walk him off camera. Crazy. It's like, how many times can this old geriatric man do this before I don't know, people with hearts, people who care. Like, fuck the politics. Like, bro, this man is clearly not well. Like, somebody needs to set this man down. Let him have a seat. Let him have some rest. They need to be out here pretending like he's actually doing something.
After finishing the NDA,
Real quick, guys.
This week,
this is crazy.
Been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Just complete frozen.
Are you good?
You see his handlers, they even took a second to low-key realize, like, hold on, like, is he pausing? Is this like is this dramatic pause for effect? Like, bro, like, his handlers took a second to react because they didn't even know what was going on their damn self. Everybody was just kind of looking like, yo, are you good?
Anything else you want to say? Or should I
That moment, bro.
Do you want to say anything else to the press?
Go ahead, John.
That moment. That
Let's go back
moment.
to
Go ahead, John.
You can't tell me this man is really making any decisions on behalf of America. You can't tell me, and if he is, you can't tell me he should be trusted to do so. Not in this stage. Not in this condition. Hell nah. Hell nah. Let's get back to this video here. Actually, let's skip ahead to the New Jersey mayor actually speaking on the situation. And he actually calls out the councilman from national security and says what he said was ridiculous. Let's get into it. Like the video, guys, if you haven't already. Let's get some more people in on the conversation. We're just getting this one started, man. It's going to be a shorter stream. 2 shows tonight, guys. One with me, one with Set later. Like the video, guys. We appreciate the support.
In Pennsylvania, and it's stoking a lot of fear among the officials and the residents there. The unexplained phenomena had a lot of people just kind of scratching their heads at first, but now the rise in sightings is starting to spike concerns.
And I get it, right? ABC News cannot confirm what these videos show, but dozens of New Jersey residents have recorded unidentified aircrafts flying through the sky since mid-November, including Mayor Sam Morris of Mine Hill, New Jersey, is one of several people to capture all of this on video, and he's also part of the coalition of 19 Morris County mayors and elected officials who are now demanding answers and action from federal officials.
Mayor Sam Morris of Mine Hill, New Jersey, joins us now. All right, Mayor, just a short bit ago, John Kirby did give an update on these sightings during the White House press briefing. Let's listen together and get your thoughts.
We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat or have a foreign nexus. We have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings. To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully.
Manned aircraft being operated lawfully. All right, Mayor, do you believe him?
So what that means, he's saying that we're all seeing small planes, right? That's my take on that.
Yes.
I have to tell you that's incredulous. I'm incredulous about that.
So he's pretty much saying that there is no foreign collusion going on. These aren't being operated by any enemies, any of our adversaries. And that what's most likely going on is they're being remote controlled by somebody who's actually legally allowed to fly them. So a citizen, a resident. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. It is a little bit weird. It is a little bit shady. Like I said, it could be like an organized prank, but it is kind of weird. The FBI even said they really don't know what's going on. So you got people with intelligence. You have people with the know-how. People who should know what this is, who are admitting like, yo, we really don't know what the hell's going on.
That is ridiculous. I would invite Mr. Kirby to Mine Hill. Come on out, Mr. Kirby.
Incredulous is an understatement. I would say it was pretty much a lie pretty much a goddamn lie. He's speaking without even really knowing too much because the FBI already admitted to not really knowing what the hell's going on with that.
And let's go on out one night about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'll go out behind my town hall, and you can count them with me all night. I have a report that over here in Randolph, New Jersey, off Canfield Avenue, that over the valley, which is the town of Roxbury, I have a credible reference over there, a resident over there who told me there's anywhere from 30 to 40 a night, and every night they're in the same place doing the same things. So I have to say, Mr. Kirby, that's a lot of nonsense.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm kind of skeptical, just given the videos, and you're taking them. You're there. So tell me, first, a couple of things. First, do they move like planes, or drones move differently than planes? We got a feel for that. And second, Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal says.
And guys, that's what I was saying when I looked at the videos on Twitter from the residents, the clips that, or the TikToks posted, the videos that the residents were taking. These are some big ass drones. Let me pull these back up for you guys. These are almost the size of planes. Like they say drones, but judging by the size of these things, I ain't gonna lie. Chat, what y'all think? This is a big ass drone. This ain't no baby drone. This is not no baby drone. It's a drone? You think so? Oh, this is a big ass fucking drone. That's what I'm saying. It's a very large drone. This is not no drone you just buy off of eBay or Amazon. Like, those are some shit you use for music videos, recording purposes. This looks like military tech. Sophisticated ass, big ass drone. The industrial lights on it. Crazy as hell. All right, back to the video, guys. Like the video if you haven't already, too, guys. We're just getting started on this one. Double tap that screen for your boy, or you can hit the 3 buttons on the upper right-hand corner, man.
The government should shoot one down. What do you think of that?
I'm weak.
I'm starting to lean that way myself. I can tell you, and neither of you are old enough to remember the game Pong, but when we were kids, Pong came out, and it's the ball goes back and forth and back and forth. This is the same thing. You look up in the sky and you see them, and some of them are just hovering and sitting. Sorry, that's not a manned small airplane. It's not a Cessna. And they go, in that video that you have of mine, over the east part of Mine Hill in the town of Dover, New Jersey, there's one drone sitting still, and it's pretty bright, and the others are going back north and south in an exact pattern. You can tell that they have GPS points programmed into them because they don't deviate. They go back and forth over the same thing. For him to say when he says we don't have information that these are credible threats or various things, it's because we have no information. So if you have no information, you certainly can say whatever you want about what's being presented to you. That's really insulting to all the people here who are living through this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you are definitely not insulting us, because Terry and I both played Pong growing up. Our parents could.
And the media always does this, guys. It's the same thing they try to do to the residents of Springfield when Trump famously said that they're eating the cats and the dogs out of Springfield. Now, there's differing reports on whether that was true or not, but what actually is happening in Springfield is the residents are being displaced by some of the migrants by things like fighting for resources, jobs, the government subsidizing the rent for some of these migrant seekers, pricing people out of homes that they've been in for decades, generations. All that is going on in Springfield. So the media is famous for attaching themselves to a narrative and changing it in real time, completely discrediting some of the things that you'll hear and see from resident accounts. You can go on Twitter and watch people literally recording themselves of the drone, of the plane. And then you got the councilman of national security coming out and saying, like, well, it's most likely this. It's most likely somebody that's allowed to fly it. It's not any aircraft that's in collusion with any foreign entity. Everybody can relax. There's no national security threat. But guys, we really don't know what the hell is going on. The FBI already came out and said, like, look, we, with our vast intelligence, with the vast network of resources we can tap into, we don't even know what the hell this is.
Couldn't afford a Pong. I had to go to the neighbor's house to play Pong. But I get the point that you're making, because it's a very slow back and forth of one, ball to the paddle and to the other paddle. Anyway.
Methodical, very methodical. Very methodical.
So let me, okay, so you're still very skeptical. You're not believing it. So here's my question. What do you want done? What do you want to see? What would relieve your fears, your residents' fears, and just kind of, cause everybody to relax?
Well, one thing that I would say to of course, I represent this town, but I'm with all the other mayors in Morris County. To be honest with you, there were 250 mayors at the assemblage yesterday at the state police headquarters. I would say to the people of Mine Hill and the state of New Jersey, Morris County, that if these people wanted to do something, whoever's controlling these, if they wanted to do something to us, they would have done it. These things are what we call extremely obvious. They come out at night. Now people are reporting they run until daylight, but they generally were going wherever they were going by 11 or 12 o'clock at night. Midnight, and they want to be seen. They're not hiding. They're almost taunting us or flaunting the fact that they're bright and they're out there and they don't care that they're seen. So if they were up to something bad in terms of harm, they would have done it. They wouldn't have turned all their lights on. They would have just come over and done something. There are farming drones that can spray farm chemicals, and people are afraid that that's what's going on here. People go on the internet and find those things. But if they wanted to do that, I'd like to see happen today is I'd like to see Michael Whitaker, the administrator of the Federal Aviation Administration, come out with a statement. We don't need the White House to do this. If he's in that role, he understands aeronautics and airplanes and space and everything else better than the White House. I'd love to see him come out with a statement and say, hey, we're looking into this and taking it seriously. Because what I just saw Mr. Kirby say is he thinks we're all, confused. I'll just be polite.
Well, there's nothing confusing by the fact that you're seeing something on a regular basis, and it's got you concerned, which is why we're talking about it, of course. But that's actually a really good point.
You gotta love it when the residents of the city actually know what's going on, are gaslit by the media and told nothing to worry about, nothing's happening here, no national security threat. We don't know, but we know it's nothing to worry about. But the residents are seeing these drones fly over their houses, fly over their community, night and day, nights on end. It's crazy. You got to love when the government, you got to love when your own federal government gaslights you and tells you, well, shit, I know what you're seeing, but don't worry about what you're seeing. It ain't nothing to worry about. It just goes to show, bro, that's what they're always going to tell us. We're always going to be told it's all good. It's like that one meme where the dog sitting inside the burning house, and it's like, this is fine. That's our government, man. That it'll be literally everything in the world going on all at once, and they literally are just telling us, oh, no, it's nothing to worry about. It'll be all good.
To hear from the FAA, Northern Command, find out exactly what it is that's going on. All right, we hope that you stay on the case, Mayor, and let us know, please, if you hear or find out anything. We'll stay on the story as well.
I appreciate the time and appreciate the getting this out there. So.
Thank you. I hope Matthew McConaughey plays you in the movie if it is like Aliens or something like that.
That would be an upgrade. I would take that.
And we'd like to
Shit, they over here on the news joking about if it's aliens or not. That's how you know. Nobody really knows, guys. This is ABC News anchor over here joking. Well, I hope Matthew McConaughey plays the guy, the main character in the movie, if it comes out that these are in fact aliens. Like, shit's crazy. This shit is crazy. And this is where the conspiracy theories fly. Y'all know I love a good conspiracy theory. But what the hell y'all think this is, man? Chat, let me know. Is this somebody running a prank on us? Is this like a viral prank? Is this, is some TikTok maybe most of us aren't getting the reference to? Is this Russia? Is it China? Is it a spy drone? Is this some type of tack? Is somebody spying on us, gaining intelligence? What's going on, guys? Let us know, or let me know what y'all think. We're going to transition into this next video, man. Got Tom home, and he done sat down with none other than Dr. Phil, everybody's favorite therapist, man. Let's get into this one, guys. Like the video if you haven't already. Double tap that screen for your boy, or you get the 3 buttons in the upper right-hand corner, man. Let's do it. And actually, you know what? Shout out Big Wave Dave for bringing this back up to me, bringing this to my attention. I seen this video circulating. I kind of scrolled past it, and I didn't give too much attention to it. I didn't really validate it because of what the councilman from National Security said. He kind of had wrote off any foreign nations being involved with the drones. But we do have a statement right here from Jeff Van Drew. He seems to think Iran's behind the whole thing. So let's get into this one, guys. Like the video if you haven't already, man. We have almost 300 on X. Shout out X, man. Y'all make sure to go check out our X. Funny ass memes that we literally couldn't post on YouTube or damn near anywhere else. Go check us out. Funny account on there, man. We love fucking with X, honestly. Check us out on Rumble, X, Twitch, Kick as well, man. Live everywhere right now. Double tap the screen, though. Like the video for me right now if you're on YouTube. Let's do it.
All right, now to mystery that seems to just get stranger by the day. New Jersey congressman says those drones that keep popping up above the Garden State, well, they're being sent by Iran.
Yeah, the Pentagon is denying those claims. Fox 8's Kendall Green joins us now to break down what we know tonight. Kendall.
Hey, good evening, Natasha and Bianca. Some of the spotted drones are reportedly the size of SUVs. They have Jersey residents sharing their concern, multiple mayors demanding action from Governor Phil Murphy, as well as the Department of Defense, quelling some of those public speculation.
These drones should be shot down.
Jersey Republican Congressman Jeff Van Drew making some serious demands live on Fox News after multiple drones.
These are all drones in the sky.
Have been spotted across New Jersey skies, drawing questions across the state regarding who's controlling them. Those moving dots seen from as far as Jersey's shore through Morris County, where officials at an Army facility there reported spotting at least 10 illegal unauthorized drones in its airspace for weeks now, and is leaving residents both fascinated and fearful regarding the mystery.
It's so weird. It's such an eerie feeling.
The Republican Jersey lawmaker claims the drones are linked to an Iranian ship off the Jersey shore.
Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off. I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the East Coast.
Hey, yo, okay. And again, shout out Big Wave Dave. Like I said, I kind of scrolled past this. I seen this video hovering around on my homepage feed, but after doing my research and hearing the official statement from the councilman from the National Security, like I said, I really didn't validate it, but I should have clicked on this. Shout out Big Wave Dave. This is crazy. Let's scroll that back just a little bit. If you're just now getting in here, you got Jeff Van Drew, New Jersey congressman, saying that Iran launched these off of a naval ship that is, I'm assuming, sitting somewhere close to us.
And launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That launched a mother
history.
It's so weird. It's such an eerie feeling.
The Republican Jersey lawmaker.
And shout out Big Wave Dave 82. Did he just pull this out of his ass? I mean, that's what they're gonna say. That's what they're gonna say, bro. Bro, you know I love a conspiracy. You know, I mean, I wouldn't even call it a conspiracy, honestly. That's what they like to call it. But you know, I love alternate theories, is what I'll say, is how I'll frame it. So anytime I hear something like this, I hear it out. I hear it out. I might not take it and run to the bank with it, but I definitely will hear it out, lend it an ear, because right now everything is speculative anyway. So we really don't know what's going on. And if it is true what this man is saying, Iran launched a mothership and these drones came from that mothership, shit, why not? If it makes the most sense, if logic tracks, why not?
claims the drones are linked to an Iranian ship off the Jersey shore.
Iran launched
Got a lot going on with Iran right now. It's reasonable to believe that they would want to, gain some intelligence on us. I don't know why necessarily they'd be over New Jersey, but hey, who knows? I hear the theory. I'll follow the line of thinking. It makes sense. Let's see what the man has to say.
The drones are linked to an Iranian ship off the Jersey shore.
Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off. I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America.
There is not any truth to that.
Those claims, though, quickly debunked by the Department of Defense.
There is no Iranian ship off the coast of the United States, and there's no so-called mothership launching drones towards the United States.
Meanwhile, Governor Phil Murphy calling on the federal government to do what they can to find out what's behind the drones, to offer his residents some peace of mind.
It's really frustrating that we don't have more answers as to where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing.
Now, while it still remains a mystery, the Department of Defense stated those drones pose no credible threat. But to clarify the congressman's claims, the FAA says it is illegal to shoot down drones without an imminent threat. That's the right reserved for local law.
So that's why they haven't been shot down, so we can see what the hell is going on, who the hell sent them, what technology are they made out of. We should be able to trace it back with what the technology is made out of. If it is Iranian drones, we should be able to tell, again, just how it's made and the technology used to make the drone. But no, I mean, they're going to call that conspiracy. They're going to say that has no validity. I kind of scrolled past it myself due to me hearing, again, the councilman of national security speak. I kind of clicked on that video before I clicked on this one. But after hearing that, compelling stuff. Compelling stuff. With an inquisitive mind like mine, it does make one ponder. But let's get back into this video over here, guys. Tom Homan, border czar, sat down with everybody's favorite therapist, Dr. Phil. Man, let's do it. Like the video, man. It's going to be a good one. Actually, you know what? Before we get into this Dr. Phil too deep, let me actually preface this with something New York City Mayor Eric Adams said about Trump border czar Tom Homan. I think this was an interesting little bit here. Let's do it.
So I'm not wasting my time. I'm being very clear, and I'm not going to spend hours answering your questions over and over again for you already to have your preconceived notions and your distorted views on what I have articulated. We're going to protect the rights of immigrants in the city that are hardworking, giving back to the city in a real way. We're not going to be a safe haven for those who commit repeated violent crimes against innocent migrants, immigrants, and longstanding.
And it's getting to the point where it needs to be addressed. You heard Dr. Phil just say something about how there's a criminal enterprise in New York where they hire migrants to snatch people's purses because they know that these migrants really don't get charged for crimes. They really don't get inducted. They really have no background information on them. So it's kind of hard to put them through the system. So you got people paying migrants to incite crime. New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who was a proponent of turning his city into a sanctuary city for these migrants, due to some of the funding and some of the positive attention you get from liberal delegates, Democratic delegates, he's now turning about face and realizing that some of the crime rates that are rising in his city are becoming a problem for everyday citizens, your tax-paying citizens, your law-abiding citizen who is just trying to live their life, but the migrants that have flooded the city are now making that an issue.
In New Yorkers. That was my conversation today with the border czar to figure out how do we go after those.
But again, he does have this one case brewing in the background, looming over his head. Reportedly took a bribe, 100K, I think from Turkey or something like that. So he's going to be talking in the tune of whatever kind of gets some of that light, that negative attention off of his face. So keep that in mind when you hear Eric Adams say something favorable like this.
Those individuals who are repeatedly committing crimes in our city. We're going to tell those who are here, who are law abiding, to continue to utilize the services that are open to the city, the services that they have a right to utilize, educating their children, healthcare, public protection, and the things that we have long been proudful in doing so. But we will not be a safe haven for those who commit violent acts. We don't do it for those who are citizens, and we're not going to do it for those who are undocumented. We made terrible mistakes in the past by preventing to keep our city safe from those who are committed repeated acts of violence, particularly these dangerous gangs that we have witnessed in our city, and we're not going to continue in that direction. I'm going to answer a few questions, and then I am leaving, because it's not going to matter what I respond to anyway. You have your preconceived thoughts already.
First of all, I do not have a preconceived thought. I want you to know that right from the start.
Thank you.
Number one here, are we talking about people who are just charged, or does that, I mean, convicted, or does that include charged? And how exactly, if you could give us some specifics, would...
And to that point, my bad, Chad, I'm over here killing these wings. But to that point, I would argue that New York City Mayor Eric Adams is the most famous mayor in America. Tell me another mayor with more publicity, right? Another mayor who leads over bro, New York is one of the most recognizable cities in the world. So you can't tell me New York Mayor Eric Adams isn't literally probably the most popular mayor in the United States. So he gets a lot of publicity, good and bad. So again, guys, with a lot of this limelight that he's getting, a lot of this spotlight that he's getting, he got that bribery case looming over his head. He's going to be seeing whatever gets him favor. You know, we always say that these politicians are sycophants. He's going to be saying whatever it takes to gain him favor, to get the people on his side, to get the media on his side, because he ain't trying to go down.
this work?
Our legal team is vetting. Do we have the authorization to sit down and speak with ICE legal team to operationalize what both our desires are? And once we get that approval, then we will give you a complete layout of how it's going to work.
Mayor?
Yes.
Right here, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know you New York, I'm just adding in my own 2 cents here. If you know New York, it is a city filled with multiple cultures. If you want to say America's a melting pot, bro, that is magnified when it comes to New York, multiplied when it comes to New York. There is so many different cultures, races of people, just different types of people, so many different types of people in New York. So when you got migrants coming over and they go to New York, guys, think about it like this. They already got a connection. You got Venezuelans coming to New York. They're not fish out of water. There's already a large Venezuelan community over there. You got people wherever they're coming from. Guarantee you go to New York, there's already a community of your people over there. So you're already well established. You're already connected. And like New York City Mayor Eric Adams just admitted to, there is a criminal enterprise of migrants coming over, committing these crimes, and it's really hard to really do anything about it because they lack proper documentation. They're really not supposed to be here anyway, and a lot of times it's hard to put them through the system because they're here under TPS. So you really don't have much you can do with these people. Some of these people don't even make it past intake, catch and release on some of these migrants. I know, crazy, right?
When you told Mr. Holman, I'm willing to work with you to make sure we're not a safe haven for people committing crimes, he pushed back and say, I'm looking to deport beyond that. I'm looking to deport undocumented people simply because they are documented dreamers, for instance, asylum seeking migrants who have not committed crimes. And what, if anything, did you say about deporting those people who have not done any crime?
He told you he pushed back on it?
I'm asking you, did
okay, all right.
Saying I want a broader scope.
From what I heard from the incoming head of ICE is that we have the same desire to go after those who are committing violent acts repeated violent acts among innocent New Yorkers and among migrants and asylum seekers. That's what I heard from him, and I was pleased to hear that because we share the same desire.
Hi, Mr. Mayor, how are you?
Good. How are you, Greg?
Good. So, in part of this meeting, you were looking how to address and kind of meet the new administration a little halfway here, maybe. However, you guys are going to meet. Part of that conversation, as you've mentioned, Marsha Kramer's show, is looking at executive orders. So, was there any talk about executive orders, and then what would those executive orders entail, and how would they work to kind of address what you had discussed with the board?
Because a lot of people think that New York is going to be one of these cities because you have, I think, Colorado mayor has already came out and said, like, nah, you're not deporting these people. I'm going to stand up. Even if I got to go to jail, I'm going to put my life, my livelihood, my career on the line. You're not deporting any of these migrants, any of these temporary asylum seekers that are seeking refuge in my city. Said it right on camera, right on public platform, regardless of what he might have been risking. So you got New York City Mayor Eric Adams, and I'm giving him the credit every time, guys, because like I said, name another mayor more popular than him with more attention on him in America than this guy right here. But you got him who's changing his tune, right? He was a huge proponent of turning his city into a sanctuary city, a place of refuge for a lot of these migrants. There's a lot of benefits that come with that if you're a government official. But he's changing his tune. He's noticing. He's had conversations. If you notice, he's had conversations with the border czar himself, Tom Homan. Trump is one. Like I said, that is just causing a reaction out of everybody. He's changing his tune, and he's going from, nah, this is going to be a place where they could come. This is going to be a place where they could stay. We're going to stick up for them. So now, I ain't gonna lie. If you commit crimes, you out of here. I ain't gonna lie. If you one of the bad apples, you're gone. We can't turn into a place that allows people to commit crimes 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Not again. We can't do it. So a complete change of what his previous stance or what his first stance was. But again, guys, this Trump election just got everybody reacting. Everybody's just reacting off of big dog Trump getting back in office. And this is just another one of those reactions that we're seeing. New York City Mayor Eric Adams, low key over here saying, look, I ain't gonna lie, migrants, yep, New York ain't the place for you. You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
I spoke with my legal team here to look at the powers of my executive orders to accomplish my goals of ridding our streets from those repeated individuals who carry out violent acts of violence towards New Yorkers and towards migrants and asylum seekers. And once we come to a full understanding of that, then we will report on it.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. What did you ask incoming border czar Homan?
Let's get the likes up, guys. Double tap that screen for your boy to get some more people in on this conversation, man. Got some good stuff coming up. We're gonna get back into the border czar Tom Homan and everybody's favorite therapist, Dr. Phil. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So like the video, let's get more people in on the conversation. Double tap that screen for your boy. Pushes the video in the algorithm. You could also hit the 3 buttons in the upper right hand corner. Let's expand the discourse here. Let's get more people in on the conversation. Let's do it, guys.
About his plans for his scope for deportation. What questions did you ask him about how far he wants to go?
Well, I think that what has been reported is totally distorted from what our face-to-face, eyeball-to-eyeball conversation. His goal is the same goal I have. We cannot allow dangerous individuals to commit repeated violent acts of violence.
All right, now he's just repeating himself. But yeah, you guys get the point here. New York City Mayor Eric Adams, it seemed like he was pro-migrant, seemed like he was pro-TPS at first in the first half. But I guess he had it in the first half. He had to switch his strategy up come second half, though. You love to see it, man. It is so funny. Like I said, guys, it's just kind of like the analogy I was given the other day. This might be a better one. You know, like when your true teacher, your real teacher is out of town on vacation, they're out sick, whatever. They out for a week, 2 weeks, a month. The subs in, teacher's assistant in. Y'all are acting up, doing shit you would never normally do, cutting up, talking out of turn, mad disrespectful, running amok. That teacher get back in, though, everybody shapes up. It's like, sir, yes, sir. It's like, sir, yes, sir. No more funny business. Everybody's on their best behavior. And that's what we're seeing now. While 4 years, Everybody was just doing what they wanted to do. The disrespect was blatant. It was overt. It was in our face. The politics got crazy. They got radical. They did as they pleased with no oversight, no policing, little to no management. And now you got Trump back in office, man, and everybody, where without this man even being in the White House one day yet, everybody's over here reacting, man. It's crazy to see when the big dog get back in the pen, when the big fish get put back in the pond. Ain't got no choice but to react. That's a boss. That's a boss.
Will take both sides working together.
And I love how they try to politicize the issue of family separation when it's just like, bro, it is y'all loose ass policy. It's y'all negligent ass policy that allows people to hinge their ability to stay in the country off of separating families. If we didn't let anybody over, they wouldn't be able to have the argument of, oh, you're separating the goddamn family. Don't let them in, and we wouldn't have this problem. If they're in, deport them together. I'm not in for separating families. They leave together. They came in together. They leave together. And that's Tom Homan's stance on it. People want to call it inhumane. People want to say it's, a bad moral character or moral code. And it's just like, look, guys, like you want to cry about separating the families. You want to say that that's inhumane. We shouldn't be doing that. Cool. They shouldn't have came here illegally. They shouldn't have came here illegally. I'm going to say it one more time. They shouldn't have came here illegally. And honestly, I'm so hard on that because there's people who are trying to come over here legally who have been trying to do this process for years. People that went damn near bankrupt, then had to take money out of college funds, house funds, then really bled themselves dry over here trying to come over to our country legally. It's a very expensive, litigious process, guys. It ain't easy to become an American citizen, get that green card. You got people who are trying to come over here the right way, through the front door, get a job, go to school, acclimate to our society and our culture, who have been halted. Long ass process, lengthy ass process. And then you got people who are over here sneaking through the back door, looking for every loophole they can to stay in the country. That's why I feel how I feel about the immigration issue. It's not that these people are bad. I understand, but there's a legal way to do it. There's a right way to do it. And y'all are skipping over the people who are trying to do it the right way. It's disrespectful. Separate them together.
And gets arrested with a child. When I was a police officer in New York, and I arrested a father for domestic.
And then it's like, guys, just to finish that point, everybody know. You don't think these migrants know that if I come over to America, I'm here for a year. All I got to do is trying to have a baby. What a citizen. I'm not even sure how the anchor baby policy works. I don't know if it has to be just a baby you have in American soil or a baby you have on American soil with an American citizen. But either way, if they know all they have to do is get over here and have that anchor baby, then that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. So there's people who are abusing the system. Just for everybody who's coming over here, genuinely, authentically seeking refugee, needing refugee. They're in a country where it's volatile. It's not safe. They've came over here actually genuinely seeking a safe place to be. For everybody that's here under that pretense, there's 10 other people who are here under negative or disingenuous pretense, trying to finesse the system. And the system is already overbooked, overlogged, overworked as it is.
Violence. I separated that.
Mr. Holman. Oh, shout out Big Wave Dave. $5. You can't just come here illegally, get married, and get a green card. Nah, facts. Wait. Now we're agreeing on that. I didn't say that. Now we're agreeing on that. But what people are coming over here and doing is they're coming over here having an anchor baby and thinking that that's going to be their green way or their green. They're thinking that's going to be their green card. They come over here, have an anchor baby, and they think that's their green card. Like, nah, we got to stop that. We got to cut that shit out. We can't be doing that. And if we don't halt that, then people are going to continue to do it. Going to sneak over, have the baby. Shit, at risk of getting deported their damn selves. The parent will get deported, but at least my baby gets to stay. And then we got to be vilified for separating the family. It's just a losing battle. It's best if we just have a very strict policy. We're not letting any illegals in. Come in the right way. Shit, maybe we even broaden and open up, loosen some of the policies on legal migration. I heard it can be very, like I said, litigious, expensive, very long process. So maybe we can even reform that to a degree. But you can't come illegally. You can't. Shout out Big Wave Dave, $5. You will be sent back to your home country for at least a year. Don't know how this goes with a child. Okay. Yeah. But now we're pretty much agreeing on the same shit, bro. You shouldn't be able to come over here illegally and then find a loophole to be able to stay legally. Like, nah, come over here legally. There's people who have been trying for years, upward of a decade to get legal citizenship. Get in line. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds fucked up. We can't be breaking the rules when there's people who are trying to abide by the rules.
With all due respect.
And the system just can't handle it. You heard Dr. Ville, like in New York alone, through social programs, they spend like, I think it was 2 to 4 billion on migrants a year. This shit is crazy, guys. Shout out Big Wave Dave 82, another $5. I will let you know after February how that goes. We will see if the soon-to-be ex will be sent back. Oh, yeah. Shout out Big Wave Dave giving us, bro, he got all the perspective tonight. Shout out Big Wave Dave. New Jersey resident. And I hope you don't mind me sharing this, bro. His ex is a migrant. A migrant. So, bro got all the perspective on all the topics tonight. Shout out Big Wave Dave. And I know this teleprompter is telling the crowd to stand and applause, but for a border czar, for a guy who's such a mean guy, such a hard ass, nobody likes him. I don't know. This room right here seems to like the guy for his hardline policies to be so controversial. It seems like he's getting some support from this room he's in right now, which is to say, guys, look, obviously the liberals are, beyond the liberals, the silent majority are gonna the loud minority. I mean to say, guys, would have you believe that nobody likes Tom Homan. He's a bad guy. He's too hard, too much of a hard ass. No bueno. But he's getting support, guys. There's people who know the issue. There's people who recognize the issue at the southern border, and they want somebody to step in and solve the issue. They know that cupcake laissez-faire policy is not going to get shit done. They need somebody who low-key has experience and will be tough on the issue. That's what I love about Tom Homan most is his story. It's his story. I remember one time he shared a story of how he was patrolling the southern border and literally has seen unaccompanied kids who the cartel had threw in the water as they were crossing in order to distract border patrol agents and make them have to make a tough decision. Do I go after this cartel member, this human smuggler, or do I go after this drowning kid who they threw to the side? So, as to distract. Crazy stuff, sick reality, sick stuff that goes down on the border that they don't highlight. They don't tell us the story of. People don't know. So when you hear liberals and when you hear people who are just like, nah, leave the southern border open. Borders are racist. We should let them in. Like, bro, there is some nasty work going down on the southern border. Human smuggling is a nasty, vile, dirty game. Some stuff you wouldn't believe. If you heard, it would turn your stomach. That alone right there should let you know some of the darkness, the dark realities of human smuggling, making it over the border. They will do anything. They will sell you out. They'll pimp you out. Like, bro, it is crazy stuff. And I appreciate Tom Homan every time he speaks on it because he got firsthand knowledge, firsthand accounts of this stuff. And more people need to know. Like the video, guys. Shout out.
In 1985.
Shout out Big Wave Dave, 82, $5. I know some coyotes in the nasty houses they keep a ton of these people in. Bro, it's dirty stuff. Dirty stuff. And then, yeah, speak on a good point right there. A lot of times when they come over, they have networks already built up in cities of people who have already migrated, just got over. And they come, they shack up, and their living conditions, their living quarters are pretty bad, guys. Pretty bad. It's just nasty stuff. It's just bad. It's not a good look. We don't put it like this. It's just a lot of the stuff that they don't highlight about how the migrants have to get here, about the life that they live when they get over here. I know they make it all peaches, roses. These people are just looking for an opportunity. They add to the tax system. They're not committing the crime. U.S. citizens commit more crime than migrants do. I know they try and misrepresent all the statistics, try to lie to you guys, try and sell you a narrative. But a lot of the stuff that goes under highlighted, more people really need to be tuning into, because some of the stuff that these people have to do, if you want to talk about how it's inhumane not to let them in, it's inhumane the things these people have to go through, the things we make them go through almost. Because we almost incentivize illegal migration. We have such a loose border. We almost incentivize these people to try it. Make a stronger border. let the people know, put a standard at the border that lets migrants know or would-be migrant know, like, nah, we're not letting you in. I know what the story has been. I know what the news has been, but nah, it's a new sheriff in town. We're not doing it no more. We'll save lives that way. It'll cut off the human smuggling. It'll make it harder. I'm not gonna say cut it off. I'm not gonna say it'll, be cold turkey, but it'll make it harder for the human smuggling network to thrive as much as it does. $1 billion network we're talking about here. $1 billion industry is the human smuggling network, guys. Cut it off. Make a strict standard at the border. And I don't think we'll have as much of an issue as of people literally having to subject themselves to all type of inhumane stuff just to barely make it over here. And shout out Big Web Dave 82. $5. When the government cares again, I'll give all information I have.
Was like. No one deserves to die that way, especially children. I felt
right, exactly. Because they're not gonna do anything about it. Shit, you tell them, and it's like you're wasting your breath. You're originally a migrant. Like if you Caribbean like myself, even Irish, Welsh, British, like shit, like it doesn't matter. Like literally, most of us can trace our ancestry back to America, coming over as a goddamn migrant. So he's not wrong. It's a country built off of migrants. It's a melting pot, as we're often referred to. You just got to do it the right way. I don't think anybody really has a problem with migrants as a whole. I don't think anybody has a problem with our legal migration policy or process. It's just when people bypass the process to come over here illegally, burden the system, compete with us for resources, that's when you have a problem. That's when the everyday American citizen kind of has a problem. You had liberals who are even kind of like, yeah, I don't even know, but shit, my city's kind of filled up with migrants. We over here competing for the same resources that were already scarce. The liberal that you would think would be like, yeah, come on, bring them all in, was the same liberal this year who was kind of like, yeah, I don't know, maybe we do need to address that issue. Labor, I understand that when they get over here, they're working their debt off. They're undocumented. What jobs can they apply for? Like I said, there's already a network over here set up for most of these people to connect to once they get to their home base, whether it be New York, whether it be Cali, whether it be Chicago. So they're doing low wage, low paying jobs to pay back a debt to the cartel, one that most likely a lot of times will never be paid back. You're risking your freedom to barely get over here just to be an indentured servant. Modern day slave at this point. Really. It's crazy, guys. So like I said, we're saving people's lives. We're helping people by having a stronger stance at the border. Like, look, nobody's getting in illegally. So the whole system, the whole network, the whole criminal enterprise that is smuggling, human smuggling, getting people over the southern border, y'all gonna have to find a new sauce. Y'all gonna have to find a new way. We're not letting nobody in. We'll literally be saving females' lives. We'll be saving men's lives, kids' lives.
Back in their home countries.
Absolutely, man.
Shout out Big Wave Dave, $5. I've seen so many videos of people spouting that legal migrants would get deported. It is exhausting and stupid. Bro, anybody saying that is literally a dumbass, and they're fear mongering. They're literally just spreading fear. And they either are purposely doing it, like they're trolling, like what is it called? Rage baiting. They're purposely doing it, or they're literally just a dumbass, and you should just disregard the post and scroll right past it. But the people who are doing it on purpose, y'all are dumb. Y'all are sick because people believe y'all. But I don't know. People get some type of weird kick out of making it seem like Trump is going to just be this dictator. And like I said, most people are really going to have to look up 6 to 12 to 18 months after Trump gets inaugurated and be like, you know what? All the bad things that they said about him didn't happen. My wallet's fatter, groceries are down, gas is down, rent's cool, inflation is, at a decent rate. They're going to have to give him credit. All these people who are hating on him, all these people who are trying to spread these false narratives, they're either going to have to give him credit or they're going to have to sit there and look stupid as fuck. Shout out Big Wave Dave 82, another $5. I paid $6K for my soon-to-be ex to be paid off. They wanted $10K, and I said, oh, shit. And that's another thing. They're trying to extort you. If they know you got a network, if they know you're connected with an American who has money, and that's what they just assume about every American is you have money, they'll extort you as well. Or if you don't pay, they'll go after you or your family. This is just how the cartel works. Why do you think the cartel is $1 billion enterprise? Ain't broke. They get their money for sure. Yeah, they extort the hell out of you. They'll extort the hell out of you. So you get over here, you work for them. Or if you get over here and you know an American, they extort the American. Overloading the system is so dangerous. They're telling everybody to come over. They made an app for these people to gain asylum status before they even make the journey to get here. They've overworked the system. We reacted to a video of a Border Patrol agent sitting down with Fresh and Fit, who even admitted to, bro, they're pencil pitching these people in. There's an influx of people to the point to they can't even take the same care and the delicacy to each individual case. They just have to let these people in, and they have a law in place that says you can't hold them for, I think, over 48 hours. So either you got to send them back, which a lot of times doesn't happen, or you got to let them free. You literally got to give them a case. You give them a case number for a court case, at a court date that they're supposed to show back up to, and you got to let them free, let them in. They're so overlogged at the southern border. They got agents from the northern border who have been transferred down to the southern border to address the issue. They done doubled the overtime for these guys. Like, these agents are overworked, overbooked, underappreciated. And it is crazy because while they're over here dealing with some of the kids, unaccompanied minors, the injured people on the border, people who are really just trying to come over, and I mean, like I said, benefit of the doubt, they're looking for a better opportunity. Meanwhile, the cartel is taking advantage of that and smuggling millions of pounds of drugs over here. Fentanyl that's killing folks, all type of shady drugs that's hurting and killing folks. So we're really getting hit here. We're really getting hit here. And y'all finally, I hope, can understand when I say, or hope understand me now when I say this is a national security threat that truly needs to be addressed. This isn't just an issue at our southern border. This isn't just, do you have a liberal stance on it? Do you have a conservative stance on it? Now, it's a national security threat. It's gotten to the point where this should have alerted everybody. And I ain't gonna lie, those gotaways are gonna be the toughest to find. They got quite a tall order ahead of them when it comes to those gotaways. Those are the people who, beyond being undocumented, we just marked them. Like, it was people who crossed the border, they couldn't be tracked down. We seen them and we just kind of just marked them down. Like, yeah, that's a gotaway. Those are going to be the toughest to find, guys. Those are going to be, and who knows who's amongst those gotaways? Could be terrorists, could be all type of bad apples. We don't know. It's going to be hard to track them down. I'm optimistic about Tom Homan being the new border czar. Trap cabinet picks. A lot of promising stuff coming up. Appreciate you guys on this one, man. I'm going to close out here. Again, we got 2 shows tonight. S.E.T will be in here later, running it up for another show for y'all. Appreciate everybody who was able to view the video. If you haven't liked, go ahead and double tap the screen on the way out. Special shout out to the following, man. We got Big Wave Dave. And okay, yeah, it's just Big Wave Dave tonight. Shout out. Appreciate the support, guys. Well, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. I thought it was somebody else that super chatted in as well. Let me make sure I don't miss anybody. Yeah, James Foley. Shout out James Foley, Big Wave Dave. We appreciate the support on this one. Yeah, man. Like I said, S.E.T will be in here later with you guys. A little bit of a difference in schedules tonight. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this shorter, abbreviated show. S.E.T will be in here later. Yeah, guys, I'm headed out on this one. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. S.E.T and Key Media out on this one. Peace, man.